Josh and Alex bring the fire, no doubt. Fun facts roaring, making headlines shout. Sports pro wrestling with a punch and a spin. Warrior fuel coursing through their skin. Headlines screaming hot off the press. Facts and figures they never second guess. Cutting through the noise, sharp as a knife. Slash Trax news, it's more than just life. Slash Trax coming at you full speed, no brakes. Horror in action, they're raising the stakes. Jumping just as yup, you don't wanna miss. Tony laughs hard, this is pure bliss. Slash Trax ready, set, let's go.
Good evening and welcome to episode number 2 of Slash Trax Action News Express. I'm Alex Vanover.
And I'm Josh LaRue. Does that claw machine hurt your neck? It always hurts mine.
Yeah, it does. I'm pretty stiff most of the time after that. Not as stiff as Hogan, though, with the guys after a fucking case of Warrior Fuel.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Warrior Fuel and the stuff we talked about, you know what we got to do.
I do know what we got to do. It's ridiculous that we have to do it because we're unpaid, first of all. But in order to keep the show on YouTube, YouTube sent us a list of things we need to do. And the first thing we need to do to make amends is a PSA.
Yeah, because our last episode was a little too naughty for YouTube, apparently. So,
yeah, I think Warrior Fuel might have crossed the line a little bit.
yeah, you think peeing into somebody's mouth would like be okay with everybody, but it's whatever. So
just some light wet work by the Warrior, and it's like all of a sudden a big deal. But Josh, should we go to the PSA for today's show?
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So the next time that somebody wants you to go to bed with them, with or without a condom, then just picture that you're actually going to bed. It's not just you and him or you and her. It's that you're packing along a loaded revolver with you when you go. And not only that, when you go to bed with that person, you're not just going to bed with that person. You're going to bed with every other person that person has ever gone to bed with before in their life. So just picture it's as if you're all crawling into one bed together.
What if I want to have sex before I get married?
Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die. And you'll probably take with you your spouse and one or more of your children.
The less you know, the better. I like that. That's for sure. And well, dude, I think it's time to. That girl looked like she was excited about that notion. By the way, of everybody getting into bed with her.
She's like, ooh, hey, it's getting hot. Is it getting hot? Is it getting hot in this home ec room right now? Whenever we had sex ed when I was a kid, for some reason it was always in the mat room at the junior high. We would go into the like phys ed mat room where wrestling practice went. Why? Because everybody's sweating and rolling around real close to each other. They're like, well, if stuff like that's going on in here, we need to prevent sex right at the pass. We need to stop it. I don't know. It was always in the mat room though. It's a really weird thing.
You know, we do have Warrior Fuel as a sponsor now, which is exciting, but it doesn't sell a whole lot of units. Do you want to tell everybody about or should we like show the commercial for our new sponsor for the show? I'm excited about this one, man.
Yeah, this is a big one, guys. Slashaholics. The show is sponsored again. Not only is Warrior Fuel sponsoring the show, but now we have a special sponsor for this episode and hopefully many episodes to come. Josh and I are excited. This could financially change our lives. This could change it could change the course of the show. Josh, the anticipation is killing me.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I'm excited. I just hope that this advertisement that we get, this new sponsor, doesn't like give us a lot of money for like a really short period of time, and then it just goes away, kind of like a flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
let's check out the commercial for our new sponsor. This is a big company, folks.
Okay. Cue the new sponsor commercial, Josh.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, here's chewing fun. My fruits are regular and bubblegum. Both have stripes and lots of fun with different flavors for everyone.
Regular is fun. Let's try bubblegum.
Sure, there's a whole herd of flavors in my fruit stripe bubblegum. Four delicious flavors, great bubble fun.
There's cherry, lemon,
Grape and bubblegum flavors too. There's a whole herd of flavors in my fruit stripe gums. Great bubbles, great flavors, lots of chewing fun.
Josh, isn't that exciting, man?
Fruit stripe gum, man.
I know,
memories.
dude.
Yeah.
I know. Fruit stripe gum was like the gum that field trip gum, basically. Like I would only get that gum like the night before we'd go to the slough or like the estuary for the day, like or the sand dunes or someplace. Anywhere you could pick your lunch for the, you know, a field trip situation. My mom would always let me have a pack of Fruit Stripes gum because we weren't in the classroom, you know. So it was a big deal. So
And since we're getting fit, yeah, so many memories of chewing like a whole pack, just one piece after another, you know. And since we played the first commercial, $2,000 in our pocket, brother. As soon as
I
they get
know.
that check, they're gonna write that check and send it to us.
I know,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
There's
Oh,
only one way that we wouldn't get paid for that. And I don't even want to like go down that road. It's gonna cash. The check
Yeah.
is gonna cash.
Yeah, let's start
For
this
sure.
show. Let's do
Start
it.
the show. Josh, last episode of Slash Trax Action News, the full episode, the full show, not the Express, what we're doing right now, but the full news show. We have almost broke 26,000 views
That's crazy.
in less than 10 days, which, Josh, if my math is correct, which it always is, especially after a full can of Warrior Fuel, because my synapses are firing. I'm like Bradley Cooper in that movie where he like takes that pill or whatever.
Yeah.
What's it called? And he can like, it's almost like meth or something, like, but I can like clean really fast and I can like do math and everything, you know, really great.
You're Rain Man in this stuff. I got you.
I'm Rain after a can of Warrior Fuel. I am Rain Man. 26,000 views, or even 25,000 views, even 24,000 views is the most views that we've had for a podcast news episode in over 7 months.
Dude, that's
So,
sweet. That many
It's
views
really,
and a new kick-ass corporate sponsor. Nothing could go wrong. This is awesome. Fruit stripe gum, yeah. What's up?
Josh, I just got breaking news in my earpiece.
Is this a real news story? This is for real?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, what do we got?
Hold on.
Your imaginary earpiece is going off?
No, I have a neuro chip that remember when Tesla and Elon Musk sponsored us for an episode?
Oh yeah, back in like episode -2.
Yeah, I have a Neuralink in my brain now. Anyway, we'll talk about that more at a later date. In my Neuralink headpiece that you can't see, Fruit Stripes gum is actually out of business, man. The check can't be cashed. There is not going to be any $2,000. There's not going to be anything, man. We just sponsored them for nothing, dude. The
Fruit
company's
stripe
gone.
gum is gone? Like this
Yes.
this is no longer a joke. This is a news story, right? Like
Yes, they're done.
you have the details
R.I.P.
on what happened?
I have no idea. The company started out hot and heavy, fast and furious, and they fizzled out real quick.
Yeah, so after all this time, folks, our childhood is just getting ripped away one thing at a time. And fruit stripe gum is the latest victim. No joke. No, it's not part of a joke here. Fruit stripe gum, as of this moment, has joined the likes of Ecto Cooler and the pizzeria chips and things like that. Fruit stripe Surge, it's gone. It's just gone.
Surge was the only can of soda as a poor kid that I could afford every day for lunch because it was 35 cents in the high school cafeteria.
I got to drink this strangely dark Warrior Fuel here.
Man, the Warrior wasn't drinking much water when he filled that order, huh?
No.
God, we got to check out his liver levels and his kidney levels and his enzyme. Are you sure? Hey, if you get a can of Warrior Fuel and there's actually kidney stones in it from the Warrior,
That's
make
concentrated.
sure Dude, make sure you save those kidney stones from the warrior because you can send them in with a proof of purchase and you get a free Ultimate Warrior comic book.
Or you can crush them up and snort them. And that's concentrated warrior fuel right there, my man.
For all the people that can't afford the fancy packaging of warrior fuel, if one of your friends happens to get a warrior fuel kidney stone, you guys can crush them up and snort them. Josh, I have a feel if you snort warrior fuel kidney stones, you're dead. You are dead. That's probably like a speedball. You're dead,
sexy.
man. Dude, Josh, PSA definitely coming next show too for you making that comment. Dude, what is wrong with you? You're acting so sped up. Are you on crank or something? No, man. I've just been snorting Ultimate Warrior's kidney stones all day long. Dude, we need to get a picture of Tony Montana from Scarface where he's got all the coke in front of him.
And just put kidney stones.
Yeah, but we just put like an Ultimate Warrior logo on the pile of coke.
There you go.
Josh, do you want to get into some nice comments today for the Express episode?
Yeah, some expressly nice comments. Comments.
All right. First nice comment of the Express episode number 2. All right, here we go, Josh. Warrior Fuel, probably the hardest I've laughed during an episode. I don't care what anyone says. You guys are hilarious. And that's from Cineran, CAX. So Cineran Cox, our friend.
Cax.
And that's regarding Slash Trax News number 32.
I love the comment, but I want to know who the hell's talking bad about us. Who's saying we're not funny, Cinerex? What do you know that we don't know? Are you having conversations where people are saying those dudes are not funny, and you're like, I don't care what you say they are? Like, no.
Yeah, what circles is he hanging around with where people don't laugh at jokes of the Ultimate Warrior pissing into cans and sealing them up and selling it as energy drinks? I don't want to be associated with those kinds of people if they don't think that's funny.
Like, no, like totally no.
That's cool though. They always say whoever stands up for you when you're not present in the room is actually your friend. So he's our friend, man. He's standing up for us in front of the whole fucking internet, and he's got our back, Josh.
Thank you, Cinerex.
Boy. That's our boy. We're going to send him a free case of Fruit Stripes gum, and we can't afford to, Cineran, we can't send you any Warrior Fuel because we gave it all to Hogan to even get him on the show. But what we're going to do is we're going to somehow get our hands on some of the Twin Towers, Big Boss Man and Akeem's ass sweat, and we're going to somehow bottle that up, and we're going to send you a 6-pack.
There's actually a little bit of kidney stone shaking in here. So I'll send you those too. You can just crush them up.
Yeah, we're going to send you a Slash Trax razor blade, and then we're also going to send you a dime bag of Ultimate Warrior kidney stones for your own personal use.
But you have
watch the shows. You
have to update everybody in the comments section once you receive it and let us know exactly what happened whenever you did it. So we're going to need that update from you.
How's he going to comment, Josh, if he's like so amped up that he's dead? How's he going to leave a comment?
Don't listen. Dead sexy. You're going to be dead sexy. That's what Alex means. So, did we have a negative comment?
No, we don't.
Sweet.
We don't do negative ones for the Express.
We can't even make fun of the lame losers.
Somebody. Okay, the closest thing we did get to a negative comment this time was someone said lame losers, but they misspelled both words. So when I commented back, I said, I think I said LAME, like the correct spelling of lame. Yeah. And then Josh commented back with losers and corrected their spelling on losers.
And I was like, I'm more offended by the misspelling than I am the put down.
No, it was worded like a serial killer. It was like all caps. It was like no punctuation. Everything was misspelled.
LAIM for lame, and then losers was loosers. LOOSERS. There's nothing loose about this, buddy. Come on, there's nothing.
I know. Look at that, dude.
Show it off, Alex. Show them there's nothing loose going on there. Flexed. Let's see it.
What? Hold on. Can we see it? Hold on.
It's invisible. There you go. There you go.
I need a dude. We're like Popeye. If we have a couple cans of Warrior Fuel, all of a sudden, da 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 da. We should send a freaking nuclear grizzly over to that guy's house who made that comment about us. It's calling
That
us.
gal, it was a gal. So
Oh,
we also
yeah.
got a little nice comment saying we were dead sexy ourselves. So if you want to see that, check out the comments in the last episode of the Action News. We are officially sex symbols.
You know, it took 40 years, but we're finally there. I am. It took you 39. You beat me by a full year. What about this nice comment? This next nice comment is, I honestly think this is the best comment we've ever gotten.
Okay.
This is my opinion. Okay. And I'm officially nominating it not only for nice comment of the week, but I am nominating this for nice comment of the year. Okay. So when we do the slashies, not the slammies, we're going to do the slashies. We're going to have tuxedos. We're going to present. Ultimate Warrior is going to be presenting awards. Hogan will be there. The Anvil will be there. Country Buffet guy will be there. Jumpin' Jeff Farmer will be there. It is a star-studded event. Okay, it'll be like a ball. Think prom, but Slash Trax prom. Okay, and it's going to be the slashies. And this is the comment, Josh. Here we go.
All right.
This is an underrated gem. Any Generation X or millennial should be watching every episode! Exclamation point. People need to spread the word! Exclamation point. And that's from Alyssa Fitzcampbell 3335. And that's in regards to Slash Trax News number 32. So our last full episode.
Wow.
Seems like the best comment ever, dude.
Yeah, that's like really sweet and I think accurate. We're kind of like Robot Chicken in that regard. Like all of our references are definitely for Gen X and millennials, but you know, we can throw some Gen Z stuff in there, right? Like some I don't know, like shit, I don't know. So yeah, Gen X and millennials.
You can see, I mean, if you watch even like 10 minutes of this show, you can tell that like what year we were born almost, because it's all, we are so heavy 80s and 90s, early 2000s that it's not even funny. But loud and proud. We are what we are. This is what we like to do. This is funny to us, and we're having a good time. You know what? I'm having a blast. I am having so much fun doing this show.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're looking good. You're feeling good. Did you
Yeah.
get your eyebrows threaded? How come your eyebrows are so perfect today? What's going on?
Are they perfect?
They look great.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. That's just
Did
natural.
you thread them and tweeze them and shape them before this episode, Josh?
No, I had 2 packs of Fruit Stripe gum, which I wish I had went slower on now, and I had some Warrior Fuel, and it just pops, man.
God, you're mellow for a can of Warrior Fuel, dude. Were you almost dead before this show?
You
Because
can't
normally if
see
have
my
some
leg
Warrior
down
Fuel,
here, but it's just going 1,000 miles an hour. Just
just bob. You have restless legs 24/7. All right, man. Time to do some shit. Time to do some channel business. Josh, hit him with the Patreon. Hit him with the Patreon.
Patreon.com/80slasherlibrarian, Cameo.com/Slash Trax Network. You can also donate to the channel through PayPal or Cash App. All the information is on the screen and in the description below and the pinned comment. So if you enjoy what we do here and you want to see us keep doing it, the show, the riffs, the reviews, the narrations, all of it, we depend on Slashaholics like you to keep everything going. You are our biggest advertiser. You're our biggest sponsor. Please consider helping the channel. All the information's on the screen and down below. We really appreciate it. And if you want to reach out to us, Alex, what can they do?
Reach out to us at slashtrax2020@gmail.com. Send us a who would win. So you could pick 2 people you want to fight. Ask us who we think would win that fight, and we'll discuss it on a future episode. You could send us a would you rather. So give us a situation that we would rather, like, would we rather be in a haunted house, or would we rather be in jail? Would we rather fight this person or that person? Would we rather have this happen to us or that? Whatever. We have a Dear Slashy where you can write in and ask for advice. We have multiple things that you can write in and ask us about. If you like the show, if you like the content, if you have fun like we do, and it seems like a lot of people are having watching the show, and you want to sponsor a future episode like Fruit Stripes Gum did, or Warrior Fuel did, or even 80s Teas actually sponsored the show for quite a while back in the day, you can write us at slashtrax2020@gmail.com, and we can talk business, whatever. That's the email. Send it to us. And I wanted to say one more thing about the channel before we get into the fun facts. The rundown of what we're doing for the show. So we've got this episode that's going to be released Saturday. So Express number 2. Josh and I are going to do the New Nightmare review. We're going to record that next Tuesday, and that's going to be released next weekend. And then the season finale, Freddy versus Jason of Slash Trax, is going to be available the third weekend. So we're going to have content for you guys for the next straight 3 weeks. So
And around that time, book number 70 is going to be complete,
holy shit.
which is Friday the 13th, part 7, The New Blood by Landon Turner. We're already like almost halfway through that book. Very excited to get that one finished. And
70 books, Josh.
yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
incredible. You had a comment from somebody on your narrations the other day that was like really heartfelt and wonderful comment. What was the gist of what they said?
They said that they really enjoyed the Child's Play novelization that Jeremy Terry wrote, and they said that they preferred my Chucky voice. They said it was very sinister, even more so than Brad's original, which I don't know if I agree with that, but I appreciate it.
I praise.
They said it was like an evil, like Brad mixed with Crispin Glover a little bit. And they said that my
Dude.
narrations have gotten so much better that they're at like pro level now, got like best level. So I really appreciated hearing that. That really makes me feel good, and I'm really glad you're appreciating what I'm doing. And a little update for everybody: Jeremy Terry is actually writing a fan novelization of Jason Goes to Hell as we speak. There's a little surprise for everybody in the prologue. I don't want to get into it. I told Alex about it the other day. It's going to be pretty cool. So definitely check that out if you're a fan of the show, or actually if you hate us, you'll enjoy it even more. You know what I'm talking about, Alex, but wink, wink, let's just leave that alone. But you can actually get killed by Jason in this book if you are a $10 patron or higher. If you become a $10 patron or higher, or make a donation of $10 or higher between now and March 1st, 2024, you'll be put into a drawing, and the two winners of that drawing are going to be characters in the fan novelization, and Jason from Jason Goes to Hell is going to dispatch you in the way that you choose within reason. So if you win that drawing, you will forever be a part of the Jason Goes to Hell fan novelization, ebook and audiobook here on the channel, and you will get killed by Jason. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Two other things I wanted to say really quick before we get into fun facts. Getting sidetracked. We have tentatively Mark Patton from Freddy's Revenge is booked to do the show. So yes. He was originally going to do the show this month, but he fell ill. And he said when he had COVID, and he said once he gets better, he's going to do the show. So Mark Patton, played Jesse Walsh, star of Freddy's Revenge, is going to actually let us interview him for Getting Sidetracked. We also have Jeffrey Reddick, Final Destination fame, writer and director of Final Destination. And I want to give him a big shout out on the channel because I know he follows the channel. Jeffrey Reddick is recently, I want to say he's 16 years sober now. So
congratulations.
That's a really big deal. And I'm proud of him, and he should be proud of himself. And I'm looking forward to interviewing him because I've been a big fan of his for a long time, and I know Josh has too.
Also, David Bergantino, the author of Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the novelization, and the Freddy Krueger's Tales of Terror books, he's going to be on an episode in the future.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be great. The Crypt Keeper. Okay, guys, the Crypt Keeper, Kassir himself, has said he will do an episode in the future. So that's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to that. And Adam Marcus interview number 2 for Getting Sidetracked will happen as soon as his documentary, Hearts of Darkness, the Jason Goes to Hell story, drops. So I'm looking forward to that too. Lots of cool interviews coming up this year.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then we were actually asked to reach out to the actual country buffet carving guy.
I'm trying.
And we weren't joking. We were not joking. We've attempted to reach out to him. So now it's just a matter of him getting back to us. Yeah. So potentially we could actually have him on the show sometime in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Would.
And also, one last thing. The popularity of some of our catchphrases has been hard for us not to pay attention to. And Josh and I have been trying to put merch out for the channel for some time now, but we're just so busy with our normal lives. But we're really trying to take Slash Trax to a whole nother level. So we are going to be putting out some merch, and definitely be on the lookout for Nuclear Grizzly stuff. Be on the lookout for Warrior Fuel. Be on the lookout for a lot of stuff. It's going to be fun stuff that you'll be able to purchase sometime in the near future. And when it is available, trust me, we'll show it on the channel and we'll let you know it's available. Josh, first fun fact of the Express.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Express. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Had to take care of the business, man. During the Civil War, Josh, horizontal refreshments was a slang term for prostitutes.
Still is. They need to watch that PSA. Because whenever you sleep with a Civil War prostitute, you're also sleeping with every other John that Civil War prostitute took. Just imagine like this: when you're taking that Civil War prostitute to your rampart, you're taking all of her Johns to the rampart with you.
So I just like when I read that fun fact, I just imagined the conversation. It's like, well, yeah, of course the North is winning right now. I mean, they're all more relaxed. They've had so many more freaking horizontal refreshments today or this week than we have. You know, the South has no budget for horizontal refreshments. Like bullshit.
Well, we get some horizontal refreshments down here. We can't help it if it's our sister. Okay, we're fighting her brother, fucking her sister. You know, Lord knows why we're losing.
They were the South was so preoccupied with fucking horizontal refreshments that they weren't paying attention to the actual war that was going on in front of them. Josh, fun fact number 2, acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, can dull your empathy for the physical and emotional pain of others.
That's why I'm so cold. I take too much Tylenol.
Well, you've been a real dick tonight, Josh. Like, first I asked you where you want to eat. You said you didn't give a shit. Then I asked you if you were in the mood for some horizontal refreshments. You disregarded that. I had gotten you a 6-pack of Warrior Fuel for Valentine's Day. You didn't give a shit.
You took it back and gave it to Hogan.
I have a feeling you've been using Tylenol again, you freaking dick. Are you on Tylenol?
Yes. I'm setting on it right now, actually.
Oh, you're setting on Tylenol. What do you put it through your ass, Josh?
Well, it says analgesic. Isn't that what? Analgesic. Got it mixed up. Got the word. That's my bad. That's my blunder, dog. Let's just move along.
My bad, son. Dude, speaking of taking things through your ass, I have a perfect segue for that. You remember the Jackass, like when Steve-O was chugging beer through his butt? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, so that's hilarious and everything, but I kind of like followed up on that and did some Google search on that. You can die from that.
Well, he
doesn't go through your dude. It's not filtered through your liver. It goes straight to your blood, dude. You could die if you chug alcohol through your butt.
His career died, so I mean that happened.
I don't know. Hey, kind of, but his podcast is huge.
Oh, I love him. I even watched Dr. Steve-O when it used to come on after Monday Night Raw in the like mid to early 2000s or mid to late 2000s.
Yeah.
In the comments, if anybody remembers Dr. Steve-O, it lasted like one season. Let us know your thoughts on it in the comments. We might include a clip from that show in the future. I gotta. There's a few things from that show that were hilarious. So,
Steve-O had a really interesting like career arc. Like he was like when the first Jackass show came on MTV, like in 2000. He was like 5th banana, maybe 4th banana, because it was like Knoxville. It was like Ryan Dunn, Bam, couple other guys, and then Steve-O kind of like started to stand out because he'd be the guy that would like just do the weird crazy stuff. And then but years and years and years later, the only two that are still relevant really are him and Knoxville. Those are like the two main guys that are still doing stuff.
Johnny was a good actor. I was impressed with his acting prowess there for a while, and he just stopped. He did a few good movies. So
there was Johnny Knoxville. I didn't know that Johnny Knoxville was the one that Jessica Simpson was like having like an emotional affair with on the set of Dukes of Hazzard, like when her and Nick Lachey were getting ready to get divorced.
Wait,
did you know that?
just emotional, not like a horizontal.
No, there was no
It's
refreshments being served.
Okay.
But no, I'm sure Knoxville wouldn't have minded it at the time. But no, just a lot of phone conversations, like sending each other poetry and song lyrics and shit. It's such a weird choice of men, from like Nick Lachey, the boy band guy, to all of a sudden Johnny Knoxville, who's like, I don't know, but just kind of interesting. I thought that was really interesting. I watched the Newlyweds documentary on YouTube the other day, and it dropped that little tidbit. It's really interesting. What do you think? You watched Newlyweds when you were younger? Did you ever watch that show?
I didn't. I was a Johnny Knoxville fan though, and I did like
Okay.
his Dukes of Hazzard portrayal. Like I said, he was a good actor. I don't know why he stopped. He should have kept that going.
He was good in Walking Tall. I didn't mind him in Walking Tall at all.
There was a couple other movies, like one where like it's about him trying to get his kid back or something. I cannot remember for the life of me, but I was impressed. So
I think that his acting career kind of like took a left turn when he did The Ringer.
oh
That was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was like trying to win the Special Olympics as like a normal person, like not didn't have Down syndrome. I think that was kind of like where he maybe shouldn't have done that movie.
Maybe should have went right instead of left on that one.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, maybe should have had a Warrior Fuel set down, snorted a couple Warrior kidney stones,
Chewed some fruit stripe gum while you still had a
partied for a
chance.
couple days, and then went back to the table and thought about maybe another movie script.
Do you
Josh,
remember-
we have
Go ahead.
what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I mentioned it earlier. Do you remember the pizzeria chips? Those like red pizza chips?
Not at all.
Oh my God, look them up. They were amazing. All right, go ahead.
We have a who would win this week. We have we have from a Slashaholic.
All right.
All right. Chantel McDonald 7008 wrote in to slashtrax2020@gmail.com. And this she got the idea to write in from Slash Trax News episode number 32, which was the full episode we did previously. She said, Josh, who would win? Inspector Gadget or Batman?
Ooh. Well, shit. I don't know. They both kind of have a Robin, you know. They both have a lot of gadgets. I think Inspector Gadget would have way more than Batman, though. I'm gonna have to go with Inspector Gadget because he's gonna tire Batman out after a while. He's got so many extra gadgets. You know, he's got Penny and the brain. I don't know, man. I just feel like he's got more. Even now, if they all malfunction, a lot Batman's
they
gonna have
will.
huh?
Which they will.
Some of them, but sometimes they malfunction and help him. So I'm gonna go not the French Stewart version of Inspector Gadget, full-blown 80s cartoon Inspector Gadget. Maybe a little Matthew Broderick beats Batman simply by tiring Batman out from all the nonsense and gadgets and everything. Batman might just walk away and say, okay, I'm done. I'm just done. By the way, we should totally do the Darkwing Duck one in the future too, but that was another one we got. But yeah, I'm going with Inspector Gadget simply because he's got more gadgets. He might try to, say go Gadget legs or something, and his arms shoot out instead and knock Batman out. I don't know. So Inspector Gadget wins in my book. What do you got?
Get the hell out. And that face when you said French Stewart that I was making, this is my French Stewart. First of all, Batman, if we're going 60s series Batman, he had fucking bat or shark repellent spray in his utility belt.
Can you say it like Inspector? Can you say it like French Stewart real quick?
I can't really do a French Stewart that well. Maybe I'll work on it and I'll unleash it on the next episode. Do you want me to do Shawn Michaels?
Hey,
No.
Before you finish your answer, though, I was going to tell you, my son sent me a screenshot from a recent Batman comic, like the new canon Batman comics that are still being released and written. Batman was world jumping, and he ended up in the 1960s Batman world universe. And he had to borrow a utility belt because he had lost his. He gets back to another universe, a more serious, non-slapstick universe, like a scary one, and he's being attacked by sharks. And he pulls out the bat repellent shark spray from the 60s Batman thing, and he says, like in the little bubble, wow, I may have actually met a Batman that is more prepared than me.
Yeah,
and he
exactly.
defeats the shark. So that was a really cool callback by DC Comics. Thank you. But why would Batman beat Inspector Gadget?
Okay, first of all, he's one of the greatest martial artists on the planet. He's one of the greatest detectives on the planet. Okay, Inspector Gadget is the dumbest dum-dum of all time. He's an idiot. If he didn't have Penny in the brain, he's absolutely fucked.
But he
Okay.
does.
Yeah, he does, but what the hell is Penny in the brain going to do when Batman gives him a fucking foot to the face or a right cross to the face? I don't give a shit. Like, it's over. The Batmobile is far superior to Inspector Gadget's Gadgetmobile or whatever the hell that is.
No. The Batman, the new Batman, that Batmobile sucked.
The Tumbler?
No, not Batman Christian Bale, but the Batman Batmobile, the newest one, Pattinson.
We're not talking about Twilight Batman.
And
that movie was 7 hours long, by the way. I can't get that 7 hours of my. They're making a sequel to that, by the way. They could have made the first fucking Batman with Robert Pattinson and cut it up into a trilogy. That thing was long, son.
The original on-screen Batman from the 40s, the TV serial ones, and I shit you not, you can look this up and see it. Huh?
The 1940s Batman you're talking about was fat, but go ahead.
It was like there was two of them, two different movies. In the movies, they could not make a Batmobile because of their cheap, like, shoestring budget. One of the bad guys' name was like Kyle or something like that. Like, it's like the evil
Dude.
Kyle. Rift Trax made fun of it. Do you remember that?
I never got to see. No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. Anyways, the Batmobile in it was just Bruce Wayne's car, and Batman would tell people that Bruce Wayne let him borrow it. So Vicky Bell would be like, "It's so nice that Bruce let you borrow his car again, Batman." Like, she knew he was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, actually, Bruce let me borrow his dick tonight, Vicky. So I'm gonna be doing some horizontal refreshments later at the Batcave." Hey, when Batman was gonna have sex with a female that he brought to the mansion, did Alfred show up with condoms and like lube on a little tray?
Horizontal refreshment time.
Mr. Wayne, I have a feeling that there might be some horizontal refreshments being served later on this evening in the east wing of Wayne Manor. And I brought you some bat lube and bat condoms, and his condom has little bat ears on the condom.
The wait, for afterwards, he has some horizontal refreshment repellent bat spray to get him to go away in the morning.
Yeah, no, his repellent spray. He's like, I called you a Uber. No, he doesn't call the Uber. Alfred calls the Uber for him. The ultimate wingman, Alfred. Dude, so I'm gonna say Batman, obviously, because Batman's just far superior in every way. Inspector Gadget is the ultimate dum-dum. Penny and Brain he's got Alfred. Alfred's way more essential than a dog, a fucking dog. Josh, get out of here.
I'm sorry, Inspector Gadget wins in my book.
Okay, weigh in on the comments below. We're not going to agree on this one. We didn't agree on the first one. Chucky and the White Ranger. Who do you think Slashaholics would win, Inspector Gadget or Batman? Put it down below in the comments, okay?
Right down there. And
if you have a future suggestion, leave it in the comments below, and you could be featured in a future episode.
Remembered it during the in the Batman serial thing. The villain keeps asking for a henchman named Gabe. Gabe is one of the main villains in the serial. So look up a Rift Trax Batman Gabe. You know, this guy needs a return to the series. We need him to be the villain in the next Batman movie. The Batman 2 with Pattinson needs to be Batman.
Yeah.
Batman versus Gabe. That's what we need. So, yeah. I'd love to see.
I want the villain for the next Batman movie with Pattinson just to be straight to DVD. I don't even think it should be Batman versus a theatrical release. Like, I don't want to see that movie get made.
I want to see what the DC.
Good.
I want to see what the new DCU. Excuse me. I want to know what the new DCU would do with Batman. Like, the Batman, you know, cool. You gave us that. Let's Let's see a new Batman. Let's see a new take on it. It's very unpopular, but I like Ben Affleck. I thought he played a good grizzled Batman, like an older, been doing it for a while. Batman, better than Pattinson.
They both sucked.
Have you heard of Batcanned? It's like it's like the people that did the Batman skits where I know you've seen the Batman skits at some point, like where he beats up the Joker in jail, but it's actually he gets it mixed up with like a birthday clown. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen any of that, but that's hilarious.
I'm gonna send it to you when we're done because it's hilarious. But now they have this thing called Batman Fires the Justice League, and every episode is Batman firing one of the things. And one of them is Batman Fires the Batman. And it's like Christian Bale Batman firing the Pattinson Batman. And he's got like a gluten allergy and all kinds of stuff. It's fucking hilarious. I'll send it to you when we're done. But yeah, so good shit. Look it up, folks, if you're looking for a good laugh. Batcanned, Batman Fires the Justice League. So
I'm just like, the last thing I'm going to say about Batman in this Express episode, I'm just not like, if they're going to do another Batman, I would have rather they paid Christian Bale, whatever, and Christopher Nolan, whatever the hell they wanted.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Right.
We have a Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right. This one's kind of funny. Okay. And nobody sent this in. I looked it up myself.
Okay.
So for a future episode, send us a Would You Rather. All right. Slashaholics, comment down below. Slash Trax 2020@gmail.com. Would you rather have to kiss everyone you meet, Josh? So everybody you meet or come into contact with, you have to kiss them on the lips. Or would you never be able to kiss anyone ever again?
Well, I'll go with the second one. Never kiss anybody ever again. I'm good with that. I'm actually good with that. I'm kind of antisocial sometimes, so I think I'd survive. But
you don't think Beth would have an issue with that? Like you're no foreplay ever?
I think she'd have a bigger issue with me kissing everybody I meet, honestly. So
I think I'd have a problem with kissing everyone I meet too. It's like, hey Alex, this is a new intern here, Slash Trax intern. It's Dave. Oh, come on in here, Dave. Come on in for the real thing, Dave.
You become a villain in Gotham City, and it's like, Gabe, nice to meet you, Gabe.
I'm a bad guy because all I do is kiss everybody, so I'm the smoocher. Batman versus the smoocher.
The smoocher. Oh my God. I know this is an Express, but you know that new game, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League? It's like a new video game.
No.
It's getting really bad reviews. Anyways, it's in the Arkhamverse, and they needed the Joker, but the Joker's dead, right? So spoiler alert for the Arkham games. So they had to add like an Elseworld Joker. And the dude looks like Alan Cummings. Have you ever seen the Tin Man, the Sci-Fi Channel's Wizard of Oz thing they did way back in like 2006 or something?
No.
You know who Alan Cummings is? He played Loki in
I know who Alan Cummings is in Romeo and Michelle. He's the one who, Sandy Freak, he created the tennis shoes. He became a billionaire.
There you go. He was also he's Loki in the Son of the Mask and stuff like that. So anyways, the Joker looks like him. And the weapon they gave the Joker, which I don't know how this fucking happened, is he has a...
The original Arkhamverse Joker has been dead for 5 years, but this is a new Elseworlds twist on the villain.
He was part of the Suicide Squad in the Elseworld that he's from, which already shows that he's slightly more cooperative than the previous Joker we've had. But as you get used to him and actually play to him, you realize he's unhinged in a different way.
Oh, making new friends after a move is always tough.
As your mission expands deeper into the lore of the DC universe, this new version of the Joker will join your fight with his unique combat, traversal, and weaponry.
His traversal is all based around a rocket-powered umbrella, which he can blast himself into the air, and then uses that to glide around, and then he can actually flip that down to grind along buildings, knocking enemies out of the way.
Machine-powered umbrella that he can fly with and attack with. And I'm thinking, so does the Penguin in that world like shoot acid seltzer at people and pies or whatever? Like
lazy writing, dude. That is some lazy fucking writing.
Umbrella for the Joker. Like that's not the Joker, bro. That's the Jonkler. That's the Kidder. That's the Ribber.
That is a shitty weapon for the Joker. The Joker's weapon should just be like, he doesn't even need a weapon. He could just literally, he's crazy.
Why would he
could
have a
kill you.
fucking umbrella? Did he steal it from the Penguin? Did he borrow
Makes no
it?
sense. Dude, his weapon, if we're going down that route, his weapon should just be the pencil from the Dark Knight. He just
There
fucking
you
walks
go.
around with a bunch of number 2 pencils. Fucking slamming people's heads down on the desk. That was like one of the greatest scenes ever, by the way. Ta-da!
Ta-da, yeah. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
That
not.
shit was good. You want to know how I got these scars, Josh?
Popsicles, those kind you have to cut the top off of?
Dude,
Morning fuel?
imagine the horizontal refreshments that the Joker could have pulled off in The Dark Knight with the way he worked that tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal, there's no way she would have not wanted to be taken captive by old Heath. Come on now.
Poor choice of words, Batman. Drop her out the window.
Hey, let's get into sports.
Let's do it.
All right, dude. We're going to fly through the sports section, okay? Rookie's Sports Bar and Grill in Wisconsin actually has a fully functional wiffle ball field attached to it. So if we went to Rookie's Sports Bar in Wisconsin, we could be hammered and go play a full wiffle ball game with a full field.
I've always wanted to do that. That's something that I made that wish in a wishing well just like 2 days ago. So
Damn.
wish granted. I'm excited.
That's a really cool concept. I love wiffle ball. We played wiffle ball in my grandpa's backyard as kids. The spoiler was there. He was an asshole. He was calling people out that weren't out. We had ghost runners. First base was a clothesline. Second base was a tree that had been trimmed down. Third base was another clothesline. Home plate was an area of dirt by the redwood tree. An actual wiffle ball field while I'm hammered. Sign me up, dude.
I wish that I'd played wiffle ball more in the backyard or kickball or something, because I used to practice with my sisters were all played softball, my older sisters. My dad coached them, and every summer he'd be their softball coach for their teams. And I would have to go play catcher. So when my dad would pitch to him at practice, I'd throw the ball back to him. I was like 9 years old, and my sister hit the ball really hard. Or no, she swung at the ball, and let's see here. She hit the ball, and so I wasn't going to have to throw it back. So I stood up because I didn't need to catch, And as soon as she hit it, she swung the bat back full force, and that's why my nose is kind of crooked. You see that?
She hit you with the bat on the backswing?
Yeah, on the backswing. If it had been a wooden bat, I would be dead right now. I'd be like nothing.
Dude,
but
you could have like CTE, dude.
3 years before that, my brother was playing wrestling with me, and did a reverse DDT and broke my hand to the point where my hand was grabbing my own wrist. So my siblings really fucked me up, literally. But the bat thing, man, that a wiffle ball bat would have been a lot better. So yeah.
What kind of bat was it that she hit you with? Was it metal?
Yeah, it's an aluminum bat. Yeah.
Was it the hollow one though? It had a hole. Did it have a hole in the bottom? Okay, so.
Well, no, it was whatever they use in softball and stuff and baseball, metal bats. But if it had been a wooden bat, it would have driven the bone into my brain or whatever. But
not good. Not a good day. There'd be no Slash Trax right now.
Nope. I broke my nose a couple times wrestling too, but the crookedness is from the baseball bat. So
you broke your nose playing ball in the house, dude, and the Brady's told you not to do that. Oh, my nose! Hey, Josh, do you know who Ichiro is? Have you ever heard of Ichiro? Baseball player. Okay, probably one of the greatest hitters of all time. Ichiro Suzuki. He came over to America from Japan. When he first came to America from Japan, he had so Ichiro got his third hit in his 10th at bat in the major leagues. If you hit 300, Josh, you're an amazing hitter. You're going to the Hall of Fame for the most part. So Ichiro got his third hit in his 10th at bat in the major leagues. And from that time forward, Josh, his batting average never went below 300.
Oh, wow.
So in his first 10 at bats, he finally got his third hit out of 10. He's batting 300. He played another 20 years. His batting average never dropped below 300. Him and Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose, those are the guys that come to mind when I think of almost impossible to get out. Ichiro Suzuki, Josh, got a base hit on a ball that bounced So the ball bounced in front of the home plate, and he still hit it for a base hit.
Wow, that's pretty
I
cool.
didn't even know you could do that. I thought the ball had to cross the plate. I didn't
Yeah.
even know you could do that.
I didn't. Don't look at me.
I didn't. No, I didn't know you could do that. Josh, let's get into wrestling.
Okay.
Okay. Mick Foley on his last show. So our, one of our heroes, Mick Foley, hardcore legend. Foley is Pod. His show just recently had the last episode. And Mick Foley mentioned about the possibility of having one last match on his 60th birthday. And that's provided he can lose 100 pounds. So there's two things about this I want to talk to you about. Foley also said, he kind of weighed in. What do we think about it? Who do we think he should wrestle, given that he loses 100 pounds? So, Josh, do you think it's a good idea that Mick Foley has another match? And who would you like to see him wrestle if he did?
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
Me neither.
I love Mick. B, he should definitely wait until Roman Reigns is done wrestling The Rock and then go into like a storyline with Roman Reigns as the champion. That way Cody Rhodes can get screwed over a little bit longer.
Mick Foley's music hits.
No, I think Mick has given more than enough to the wrestling industry, and he should take it easy. He's done his part. He's done more than enough.
I think that Mick, it's hard. He even said in his podcast, it's hard to not want to be included in all the wrestling that's going on right now, because before the Vince McMahon stuff happened, in the recent, the last 2 weeks, everything was so positive. Yeah. Cody Rhodes had just won his second Royal Rumble in a row. The Rock just showed back up. They signed the deal. WWE signed the huge deal with Netflix. The Rock was appointed to the board for TKO Sports. So all these really awesome things were happening. Well, all of a sudden, CM Punk gets hurt. Now he's not going to be at WrestleMania. Now The Rock shows up and he's going to be in the main event against Roman Reigns. But it's like all these things as a former wrestler, and you can probably even speak for yourself on this. It's getting him excited. His juices are flowing. He wants to be in the action.
It's hard to not be able to wrestle anymore when it's what you love to
I bet
do.
it is.
I went through that. I was really depressed for years until I started the channel. And the channel kind of filled that hole a little bit, the performing and and
the creative aspect of it.
Because when I had wrestling taken away from me, I tried to make a comeback 3 times. I broke my back in 2010. I did a match in early 2011, but I was so sore the next day and hurting.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I need to give it more time. I did one in 2012 early, and then in 2013. In 2012, I was hurting so bad I couldn't even get out of bed the next day, my back. So I waited until a big show that my friends, some people I worked with, were doing in 2013, and they let me do a farewell match thing. I got to go over, say a few things, but yeah, it really sucks. I really did not want to let it go, but after trying twice to start again, and it just got worse each time. So I get where he's coming from. Yeah. But his body is in such bad shape. I just don't want to see something bad happen to somebody so good. So that's
I love Mick Foley. He's a truly good person, great father, great man, humanitarian. I don't want to see him whatever damage he's done to his brain. Let's just leave it at that. We don't need any more. He's given enough. I mean, he's given more to the wrestling industry, the business, than anybody physically. I can't imagine. I can't think of hardly anyone else that's given more of their body.
Do a Rumble appearance next year. I think he could handle that. I think he could.
Rumble. I like that idea. He could come in as one of the 3 faces of Foley. He could hit Mr. Sacco on a few people, and then he could get eliminated.
And then he comes out as another one later. Do a repeat, nostalgia.
Yeah, I really like that idea. So Mick, if you're listening, which you probably are because you love Slash Trax,
Warrior Fuel.
Don't do a full-blown match. Show up at the Rumble. You'll get a huge pop. You'll get that little bit of creative juices flowing. Crowd will go crazy and we'll love it. Josh, go ahead.
I was going to tell the audience, I don't know if you said it was official the other night, so I hope I'm not overstepping here. In the next full episode of Slash Trax, I actually tracked down a sports story, folks. Me.
Yeah,
Josh.
he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud. I am really proud of him. And Josh wrote me, and he's like, "Hey, I've got a sports story," and I was just like, "I don't even need to read it. Whatever it is, we're putting it in the show. I don't care what it is."
It's pretty interesting and brutal. So tune in for that. That's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
Josh, second and last wrestling story of the Express episode. Roman Reigns versus The Rock is official at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Championship. What's your thoughts on that, Josh?
I love that the WWE Universe is showing their backlash for what's happening to Cody here. I don't like the fact that The Rock's daughter got threatened. That was kind of ridiculous. But Cody Rhodes, and I wrote this to you earlier, he put out a tweet or something that said, "I love all the enthusiasm and support, but be patient or just wait," or something. And I wrote you, and I rewrote it where it said, like, "I love the enthusiasm and support, but I'm supposed to get all you people to be quiet because my boss, The Rock, wants this to
shut up and
either The Rock should change it." Because here's the thing, The Rock told people that he made this match happen because he thought it would help soften the blow of the Vince McMahon stuff and it would save WrestleMania. He really thought in his fucking giant egotistical head that he was single-handedly saving WrestleMania by booking a match of him versus Roman. At this point, either change the match or, and I shouldn't even have an opinion because I don't really watch a lot anymore, but Cody deserves his time and he's earned it. Damn it. Make it a triple threat. Let Cody beat Roman and The Rock for the belt, but do something. This is bullshit.
So here's what I think about this from a wrestling fan's perspective who's been watching for 40 years. By them doing this, they're basically pissing on what it means to win the Royal Rumble. So it's like, what the hell did he even win the Royal Rumble for if he's going to give his title shot to The Rock, who hasn't even wrestled a match in quite some time? I don't even remember the last match he had. Was it John Cena or was it when he showed up at that one WrestleMania and pinned Eric Rowan out of nowhere?
Dude, I don't know. And
but like
saving it.
They're ruining like the mystique and the credibility of winning the Royal Rumble and going to WrestleMania. Because Cody the whole time was like, I want the belt that my dad Dusty had and they ripped away from him. And the WWF Championship belt, WWE Championship belt is the one Roman has, not the one they just made. Okay? So it makes no sense for him to choose to wrestle Seth instead of Roman. So I do not like that they're doing that. This is what I hope happens, okay? This is what I hope happens. I hope they pull a Hogan at WrestleMania 9. I hope maybe Roman wins and beats The Rock, or maybe The Rock wins and gets the title. But this is what I hope happens because guess what? Cody did win the Royal Rumble, right? That fucker should just be like a briefcase, just like a Money in the Bank briefcase. Right when whoever wins between Roman and The Rock happens, Cody's music should hit and he should come out and win the fucking belt. That's what should happen.
Isn't there a pay-per-view in March and then WrestleMania is in April?
Yeah, there's 2 months before WrestleMania. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Book The Rock and Roman Reigns at one of those,
Dude, I just read today, The Rock, that is 100% happening at WrestleMania.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I just don't understand. It's like, dude, okay, you won the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row. Guess what? It doesn't mean shit. Why should us as fans even care to watch the Royal Rumble if the guy doesn't actually get to wrestle for the big belt at the pay-per-view or at Mania? It makes no sense.
Make it a triple threat. At least that way The Rock can still feel like he saved fucking WrestleMania. If you got to do something, who cares that they're related? Who cares? The Rock is related to like 90 fucking wrestlers, okay? I don't care.
The other thing about this is Roman's really close to breaking Hogan's record for holding the title. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool and everything. I mean, that's neat. But Hogan was wrestling like 200 nights a year back then. Roman Reigns is wrestling like 8.
Roman's had the belt for 5 years?
Dude, Hogan had the belt for over 4 years. He won it at Madison Square Garden from the Sheik.
Yeah.
In like 84. He didn't lose it until like 88 from Andre at Saturday Night's Main Event.
I'm saying Roman has had it for 4 years now.
He's almost had it for 4 years. It's coming up. He's getting ready to break that record. And
Oh my
by the
God.
way, which isn't even the record. That's not even the real record because Bruno Sammartino had the belt for like 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
So
And
it's like,
they that one guy, Gunther, took the record from Honky Tonk Man on the IC title. Yes.
it's like that's cool and everything, but listen, this is 100% stupid. I love The Rock. I had a Rock toothbrush in high school. I love The Rock.
He's pissing
Do
me
I
off,
think
though.
this is not the way? This is not the way.
If he
Okay.
really cares about the business, he would do the right thing here and tweak the storyline where they wrestle at one of the pay-per-views before WrestleMania. Like Roman's like, why wait? Why wait? You know, I know it's not happening. I'm saying if it wasn't about The Rock's ego and it was about him doing what's right for the business, it would be Cody Rhodes versus Roman. Cody goes over WrestleMania.
I agree with you. And you know what's weird about that? The Rock in the past is known for being one of the most giving performers in the ring. Like he would put lesser superstars over to help the business.
He put
And
the
he was never
Hurricane
the
over.
guy that like, dude, he was never the guy that like, I have to have the belt. The Rock was always better chasing the belt. So, and that's in my opinion, but it's also like historically accurate. Like The Rock was just a better draw when he wasn't champion. So he doesn't need the belt. I don't understand it. I couldn't agree with you more.
He's pulling a Hogan, like you said, WrestleMania 9 here. It's like, yeah, Cody, you won.
Yeah,
you won the Royal Rumble.
I want Cody. I want Cody to beat Hogan this time.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, that I agree with that. But it's like The Rock is like, yeah, Cody, you did a great job. You won the Rumble. But how about you let me go in and take care of Roman? You know? It's
Yeah,
like,
I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this big evil son of a bitch for you. Yeah. And Cody's like, I don't care. Doesn't make sense.
No.
Dude, it does not make sense.
have your voice heard, wrestling fans. Let them know how much you hate this idea. But don't threaten people. Don't do that.
Yeah, The Rock's daughters that like having death threats like sent to
gross.
her because she's The Rock's daughter. She's like the commissioner of NXT right now. Josh, let's get into some spooky and horror news for the Express episode.
All right, let's do it.
2 quick stories, okay? Jennifer Love Hewitt recently said she's 100% down to return to the upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. What's your thoughts? You look excited.
I'm rolling my eyes. That's my thoughts. We do not need a remake. We do not need a legacy sequel. They
My
did.
thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
My thoughts are, of course she is. She hasn't done shit in like 10 years. Of course she is.
Yeah, of course she is.
Yeah, like in the Ghost Whisperer, wasn't she like on a TV show about ghosts?
Yeah. She
And
did an
then she was
episode of
in
Boy
a-
Meets World.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then which was really great actually, because they were like spoofing I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream.
I love that one.
I was gonna say, of course she is. And then the other thing she did besides that Ghost Whisperer show was she was like in a made-for-TV movie where she was like working at a massage parlor where they had happy endings. Do you remember that?
Horizontal desserts or whatever.
Yeah, she was serving up horizontal
refreshments
at this massage parlor. So she hasn't done shit. So of course she wants to be
was the
there.
boss there. Gabe. That's what he branched off and did when he left Gotham City. He
was running an illegal massage parlor where Warrior Fuel was on tap, and you could have Batman condoms and Batman freaking lube served at the massage parlor.
One question about this remake, sequel, whatever.
Yeah.
I was doing like the people's eyebrow a second ago. Wasn't even meaning to. One question: are they going to stick with the whole "I still kind of know what you did"? Whatever. The third one, where all of a sudden the Hookman is a ghost. Like, are we going to forget that happened? Is it going to be? Is it going to be a spirit?
Is the Hookman playing the fucking long game here? Because obviously he is, because Jennifer Love Hewitt's almost fucking 50, and she accidentally killed this dude like 30 summers ago. He's like, I still remember that you hit me with that fucking car 30 summers ago. Like, he's waited 30 years. Old age is going to get this bitch before the Hookman does at this point. This is ridiculous. This is stupid.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. Not interested in it. I've got a really quick express pitch, horror movie pitch, kind of.
Okay.
We already know there's a new Ghostbusters coming out. It looks freaking amazing. We even got a couple comments about it from viewers that also
Sent
watched
you
it.
the movie poster. Sent you the movie poster. I saw it on one of my theaters in town the other day.
Yep. IC is probably going to be, they've changed their thing. They're going to do a sponsorship for the movie, which may include an Ecto Cooler IC, which
Oh my God.
I am stoked for that. But I really want Ecto
I bet
Cooler
you
back in
are.
stores too, especially with Slimer back in the movie. I'm going to stop right there. When we do the next episode, I'll talk more, but my pitch is this. If they keep making these movies, how about in the next Ghostbusters film after Frozen Empire, we bring Vigo back? I know the actor's gone, but Oscar was starting to get possessed at the end of Ghostbusters 2, remember? And they pulled it,
Yes.
they stopped Vigo. But what if there was like a little piece of Vigo that's been inside this Oscar for 40 years, right? And something happens, because there's more paintings of Vigo out there. There's not just one. Like, what if another one, you know, and he's like working at this museum or visits it or something, Oscar does, and that little piece of Vigo, the possession, that little bit is activated by the painting or whatever. And instead of just being in a painting, we get to see what would happen if Vigo actually walked the earth again. And that was the big bad. I think that would be a cool nostalgic trip. And everybody, I think a lot of Ghostbuster fans would like to see Vigo actually in the flesh. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's my
well,
pitch
it's
for a future one.
with CGI and like the way computers are able to do stuff nowadays, you could definitely fit his character back in a movie in the future for sure.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to see, listen, I want to see more of the guy who was the museum curator. I want to see him again. It's Vigo! Vigo!
I heard he might
Can we
make
get
a cameo in Frozen Empire. Like, they're throwing out all the stops. There's even a rumor going around that Rick Moranis did a cameo for Frozen Empire. So
Listen, if that's true, that would be like the greatest thing that ever happened, because I love Rick Moranis. I am a Rick Moranis stan.
I cannot wait for Shrunk, man. I'm gonna watch that day one on Disney Plus because that's his comeback movie.
I am a Rick Moranis. I celebrate all of his work. Even the third made-for-TV, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. The only thing bad about that movie is that Allison Mack from fucking Nexium Sex Cult is in that movie from Smallville.
Yeah, Chloe. Have you listened to any of his music, his albums, Rick Moranis?
No, I haven't. No.
Check it out. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out because I even like Big Bully. I like anything he's done, dude.
Yes.
Little Giants. I love the scene from Little Giants where the kid's on the rocking horse and he's like, "Hey, do you ever play football?" And he's like, "Nope." He's like, "Do you like football?" And he's like, "Nope." He's like, "Get off that horse. You can play on our team."
Remember the Cheetos? What kind are they? Puffy or crunchy?
Oh,
Puffy, wimp.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think of Shrunk? Are you excited that he's going to do the reboot of Honey, I Shrunk?
Yeah, I am excited, but I don't have Disney Plus, so now I have to get Disney Plus. So yes, I'm excited, but I'm not excited financially.
And Beetlejuice 2 is going to be called Beetlejuice. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, because one more time he showed. Yeah, dude, and I know we've talked about this in previous episodes, but I've been watching the shit out of the Beetlejuice cartoon that I got from Walmart for like $5.
We've got the same DVD set. We watch them sometimes. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love the French guy.
Oh, Beetlejuice, you know you love me, Beetlejuice.
So what's the next story? I'm sorry.
All right, second horror story and last one of the Express. Scream 7 rumored directors, and this is just a quick like, who would you want? So Robert Rodriguez, who did The Faculty and From Dusk Till Dawn, John Hyams, who did Sick and Alone, and then Jamie Blanks, who directed Valentine and Urban Legend. Who would you like to have helm the movie?
Guillermo del Toro. I think that would be interesting. Honestly, at this point, man, and I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, and I'm really sorry. I'll just randomly pick the second one. Huh?
Oh, I was going to say nobody because you don't want the movie made. But
I don't mind if they make it, but make it like Scream in Space or add a paranormal aspect. Just totally disconnect it from the other movies, you know, or make it like it's a cult starting to form of killers.
Not going to do it. They're not going to do it, Josh, because Neve Campbell is already, I've already heard she might be coming back. So they're not going to do that. Okay. So it's not going to be anything we wanted to happen. They're going back to the old school.
I'm surprised The
And-
Rock's not like putting himself in the movie to save it.
The Rock's like, damn it, The Rock is gonna be Ghostface. They're like, who is that Ghostface? He's like 6'4", fucking jack. He's got
That
huge
Ghostface, I would believe that The Rock Ghostface killing Dewey. So
I was just gonna say, if that little girl split Dewey from like crotch to like neck, what would The Rock do if he was The Rock Ghostface? Like, dude, Rock Ghostface versus Nuclear Grizzlies, but versus Batman Lube. Lube.
I've got a very important question for you, Alex, and I need you to really answer it. Okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite scary movie? It doesn't matter what your favorite scary movie is.
I knew. He's all, now poontang your ass out the door. Kung Pao this. Before he kills people, he's all, Kung Pao this, bitch. But for the millions and millions of Woodsboro citizens.
Finally, not The Rock has come back to Woodsboro.
No. Finally, the Ghostface has come back to kill you. I'm gonna say Robert Rodriguez just because I love The Faculty, and From Dusk Till Dawn was a freaking banger. That was fun as hell too.
I'll take Rodriguez. I love his work.
Yeah, he's our choice.
With Machete ends up being Ghostface.
Yeah, and if they don't get Robert Rodriguez like Josh and I want, can they find the person who directed the movie Teeth? Can he direct Scream 7? Just because that movie's fucking weird. Dude, and anytime it's on Tubi, I watch it.
Speaking of Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino is only going to do one more movie and he's done.
Yeah, is that a gimmick, Josh? Just to get people in the theater, like 50. But I also read that story and I was like, no, don't do that. I love Quentin Tarantino. He's great. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I fucking love that movie.
I love Four Rooms. Have you ever watched Four Rooms?
No. Did he do it?
He did. Him and Robert Rodriguez did that movie. They took turns direct. It's like 4 short stories taking place in a hotel.
Okay.
Look it up later and watch it. I'd like a book report on it.
Okay, I'm off the next 2 days, so I'll definitely check that out.
I love Four Rooms, and
I'll check it out. Josh, let's get into headlines, and then we're gonna end the show after these 2 stories, buddy.
Hey, it has still been an Express episode. It wasn't 2 hours long, so.
Yeah, we're gonna be clocking in at like an hour though. Me and you were like, dude, we're just gonna be like 30 minutes. Like we're gonna keep to the rundown. That's not.
We're gonna keep it cash. Keep it real cash.
That's not possible when me and you get together. It's like I feel like I'm 8 years old again, talking to my best friend in my bedroom about like setting up our fucking action figures and who's gonna die and who's gonna. When you played action figures as a kid, right? Did you have like a lengthy debate about who was going to be the one guy that survived on your team? Did you ever do that?
I didn't really get to have friends over and stuff, so I always played by myself, really. But I did have like plots that I would play out, like with my Power Ranger toys. Okay. I would have Lord Zed and Rita. And then there wasn't a Rita toy back then, so what I did is the big monsters that you could get, the tall ones.
Yeah.
In the back of the cardboard box was a giant picture of Rita Repulsa. So I cut it out, and my mom worked at a school and she laminated it. So I had like a Rita Repulsa cutout that was laminated like that big. And I just acted like in my head canon for my toys, she had been like made to grow and it never got reversed. So I had a Rita. Her and Lord Zed made it to the command center and destroyed it. So I took a screwdriver and took apart my command center. Like I'd have a whole plot. If I had to go eat supper, I'd be like, to be continued, and go eat and come back. I took all the Power Rangers and unscrewed them, and I made it like the morphing grid got messed up, and like the Red Ranger would have like a green chest, the Pink Ranger would have a blue helmet, I would do little storylines like that. So it was I was very detailed with how I played with my toys. There was voices, there was storylines, there was to be continued, there was 3-parters, turn the light off in the room. Lord Zed put the sun out. You got to go turn the sun back on. So no, I didn't have anybody to really. I had 4 sisters, and I have 2 older brothers, but they were like already going on like 18 whenever I was a kid. So
they're like, we don't want to play toys with you. Fuck off.
yeah, my sisters are really mean. So,
Dude,
but
I could not stand it when my brother, the spoiler, would try to play with back in the day, there was no wrestling figures really, except for the LGN ones, the really big ones.
mhm.
We didn't have those ones. We had GI Joes. This is pre Hasbro, okay?
Yeah.
So my brother, like, GI Joes are really posable. They're like articulated, so you can like move their arms and their legs and shit. So my brother would use those as wrestlers, and he would fucking beat the shit out of my GI Joes pretending they were wrestlers, and he would like color blood on their faces and stuff. He would ruin my GI Joes because the spoiler's been doing that mental torture on me for years, whether it be cups of cold water in the bathtub or whether it be just destroying my GI Joes. The spoiler needs to be stopped. Okay, and I'm. Oh yeah, what's gonna happen? Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna take the spoiler, to the limit, and I'm gonna talk real low, Aaron, because all these years you've been screwing with me, I've been thinking, I'm gonna go to the danger zone, and guess what, Josh? All those GI Joes that he fucked up, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit him with a big elbow, and I think this episode's going into the headlines. Let's do it.
Let's do it before we get our
Spoiler,
wrestlers
be on the
out.
lookout. Josh and I are gonna fuck you up.
Because if not, I'm about to get my wrestling figures and wrestling ring out like I did as a kid, and have a whole King of the Ring tournament. Did you ever do a King of the Ring tournament with your action figures, your wrestling figures?
Josh, I did, but we got to get into headlines.
Okay.
Yeah. Save that nugget for a full episode.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Headlines. A pair of Elvis Presley's dirty underwear, Josh, from 1977, sold at auction for $8,000. And this is not a joke headline. This is not fake. These underwear have piss stains in them and possibly poop stains. They sold for $8,000. The King's DNA, his waist, is available on these shorts. Would you have paid for these, Josh?
What year did he die again?
Elvis died 1978, something like that.
So these weren't the ones he was wearing on the toilet then?
No, these aren't the death underwear of Elvis Presley, the ones he actually shit. I don't think Elvis died shitting. I think he died trying to shit. He had a twisted bowel.
Yeah.
Speaking
of which, Elvis, I'm going to tell everybody right now, I'm not going to say the name of who it is because I don't want to get into that turd of a story, but look up. For years, Google these words, something like, for years, people have told me I look just like Elvis. What do you think? Look it up. You're going to laugh your ass off at who thinks they look like Elvis. And there's like a half and half picture of half their face, half Elvis's. Funny shit. Look it up. There's people that would pay $500,000 for those underwear, man. So I no doubt know they're going to sell. No doubt.
They sold. They
already
auction
sold. Gotcha.
Well, no, they sold in 2012 for the $8,000, and they were verified. They were the real deal because they were acquired from Elvis's Presley's father, Vernon, from the estate that his dad was like. But my whole thing is like you go into somebody's house and they're real Elvis freak, and you see all these collectibles and stuff, and then like behind bulletproof glass is a pair of shitty pissy underwear of the Kings.
I always thought Burning Love sounded like an STD. You know,
maybe
he's got a nickname for chlamydia or something.
Elvis Presley pulled some chicks, and there's some other stories about Elvis did some weird crap, man. Like Priscilla, and I'm not saying this isn't breaking news. Like if you watch anything about Elvis Presley, like Priscilla, the woman he married and he had Lisa Marie with, she was like 14 when he started dating her. I don't know, but I just think the image of Elvis Presley's dirty, urine-stained, shitty underwear behind bulletproof glass, with the little thing, the little plate at the bottom of them, saying what it is. I think that's just a great image. Josh, let's get into the last story of the show, dude.
Do it.
All right, man. This is hilarious. Missing drunk man spent hours helping a search party look for himself.
Oh God, this one's great. Yeah, that's freaking hilarious.
Have you heard of this story, or is this new to you?
I think I heard. I thought I might have heard about it from you. But yeah, did he find himself? Did he?
He did. He's one of the rare people who actually found. So Bayhan Mutlu, and it's spelled Mutlu. A 50-year-old from Turkey was out heavily drinking with his friends when he wandered off into the forest. He ended up going missing, and his friends got worried. They formed a search party to find him. The search party was calling out for Mutlu's name, so they're like, Mutlu, Mutlu, for hours. And when suddenly a man from within that very search group spoke up, and he said, wait a second, who are we looking for? I'm right here. So he was looking for himself with the search party that was formed for hours.
And he found himself. That's great.
He found himself.
That's great.
He's one of the rare people in this world to find himself.
I'm glad, yeah, that technically that's true. And I'm glad we could end the episode on such a positive story, man. He found himself. Everybody could sleep peacefully that night.
How the fuck did he find? Okay, I got two questions. His friends that organized the search party, how did they not realize he was in the group? Okay, how did they not see him? And number two, how did he stumble upon the search party? Like, where was he? I just, there's a couple, I don't understand. Like, if he was so lost, the group would have came upon him, right?
Oh man.
I don't know. It's a great story though. It's a hilarious image. Josh, that's the end of the Express episode, buddy.
That's it. Express,
yeah.
half the length of a normal episode. So
yeah, just about, probably a little bit longer, but it's still pretty good. We had a lot of fun today.
Yeah,
this is a great episode.
It was great.
Josh, end the show, buddy.
All right, thank you all so much. We don't get a lot of money from Warrior Fuel. We depend on all of you. Please check out our Patreon or our Cameo, or even make a donation, a super thanks through PayPal or Cash App. All the information's been on the screen. Cash App and all that information is in the description below. Be excellent to each other. Write us at slashtrax2020@gmail.com. And always remember, the sun never sets on those who ride into it. Say goodnight, Alex.
Good night, Alex. Mahalo, dogs. And if you guys don't hit the like and subscribe button, we're going to send the Scream Ghostface Rock to your house.
With Gabe. Gabe is coming too.
The world's scariest Batman villain of all time, Gabe.
Drink Warrior Fuel.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Drink your fucking Warrior Fuel, dude. Drink Ovaltine. A cruddy commercial.
You got me mad now.
Josh and Alex got the groove. Fun facts making the headlines move. Sports and horror, keep it tight. Warrior Fuel for the fight. Pro wrestling on the screen. Spin the facts like a dream. Headlines rocking day and night. Slash Trax team out of sight. Jumpin' Jeff says, yep, alright. Tony laughs with pure delight. Slash Trax action using gear. Every story crystal clear. Tune in for your daily dose. Josh and Alex coming close. From pro sports to ghastly scenes, they're the newscast kings and queens.